All right, so we just got some pretty big news in regards to what the Bears will do with that number 10 overall pick and who they'll take there if available. Let's talk about it, people. What is going on, y'all? Fox Sports all back at it with another video talking some NFL. Here to talk about the Chicago Bears and here to talk about the NFL draft as, that is the next stop now in terms of the offseason and talking about the number 10 overall pick and what the Bears will potentially do there. Door's wide open now, right? It is completely wide open after free agency because of the trades for the offensive linemen, because of the defensive players we drafted. Like, you can go in any direction and you would feel like, okay, I'm not that surprised. Now, I still have my sort of, predictions for the directions that they'll go in terms of positions. I just feel like certain positions just don't make sense at the number 10 spot. But as far as the overall draft, you have a lot of possibilities. But I want to talk about something that Brad Biggs, reporter for the Chicago Tribune, talked about in his latest article, which was the possibility of what the Bears will do at number 10 if Will Campbell, right, the offensive lineman, is available when the Bears are on the clock. And he said the following: "There's concern about Campbell's arm length, but I believe that storyline has been overblown. Teams like his tape, they like his makeup. If he somehow is available for the Bears, you're probably looking at the new left tackle. If he works out, great. If you run into issues, then you consider a move to the interior where he'd be a highly capable performer." Okay, that's definitely interesting here. All right, so let's start with this. I am not an offensive line expert, a tape guru, if you will, for the O-line. There's a bunch of people in this business that do that way better and way smarter than me. So I'm leaning on them on this, which is the issue for Will Campbell has been about his arm length, right, in regards to him playing tackle. When we're talking about guard, no issues there. But when we're talking about tackle, teams have concerns, analysts, these draft experts, O-line experts, all saying that his arms are too short, and you don't see tackles with arm lengths like his end up being elite players. All right, and again, it's a matter of inches, right? We're not talking about a huge difference, but when it comes to the offensive line, it does matter. And so just the numbers say, hey, when you have short arms like that, compared to other offensive tackles, it just doesn't end up working out. That's what the data says. So that's what I'm saying. I'm just leaning on what the draft experts are saying. But Brad Biggs over here is saying that, there's concern about it, but teams like his tape. And if he makes it to the Bears at number 10, then the Bears are taking him. All right. And so to me, again, going off of what I believe to be the case, I have no problem with this because the left tackle spot is the one position on the offensive line I believe we still need to upgrade. And that is the one position where you could get a Will Campbell and he could be the immediate starter. He could usurp Braxton Jones. Because again, I don't think Braxton Jones is all that great. He's solid, but he's not elite. And so this is very interesting to see here because you look at the other positions, you're not drafting somebody that's going to, play over Joe Thuney, that's going to play over Darnell Wright, that's probably going to play over Drew Dalman with all the money you gave him. Even Jonah Jackson, though he's the worst of that group. And so you can't bank on injury, right? Hey, we're drafting somebody that's going to be a backup in terms of, our offensive line and not going to play much in this first year. And so Will Campbell is the one guy that makes the most sense at number 10 for the Chicago Bears. I don't expect him to last till 10. But yeah, I think I agree with Biggs here is if he does make it to 10, I definitely do think the Bears will snatch him up. Of course, we've got the talk about, Ashton Jeanty and some of these other players, if you will, but it's Will Campbell to me. So yeah, to me, I'm in agreement with Brad Biggs here about Will Campbell. If he's there, the Bears taking him, but I don't think he lasts there, right? I've talked about sort of the what the draft board will start to look like. It'll be the two quarterbacks in Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders. It'll be a Travis Hunter gone. And then you've got Tedorah McMillan, the receiver. I think he's going to go. There's potential for another quarterback to jump in there in a Jackson Dart. You've got Abdul Carter, and then you've got Mason Graham as the two defensive standout players there. So right there, what is that, like 4, 5, 6, 7 players, 8 right there. And so I didn't include Will Campbell yet, so there's a chance that could happen, but I expect Will Campbell to be gone. I think by the time the Bears pick, you have maybe a JT available, possibly, or an Armand Membu or Tyler Warren, these guys like that. So, but to me, very, very interesting info from Biggs, man. The Bears will take, most likely, Will Campbell if he ends up there. Let me know what you guys think about that. I have no issues with it. Leave a comment down below with your thoughts as always. Thanks for watching.